welcome back to another episode of Budget Bangers. My name is Anthony. I run a business called Foster's Car Sales, or at least I try to. Based here in Newton Aycliffe. And look at that big, glorious, big light on in the sky today. It's a lovely day for it. What is up? Productivity. That is what is up. Been busy. Not selling cars just yet. Getting them ready. Obviously, regular watchers know what the crack is. Just moved into my new premises. I haven't done anything since the 13th of December, well over a month ago. No income since then as well. Not great. But what we're going to do is we're going to flip you around and I'll show you what I've got here. I'm quite happy at the minute actually, because it's actually starting to look like a dealership, not just a car park where some dodgy bloke sells cars. But I'm happy with what I'm looking at, and I'm happy with what's to come as well. So we'll get you flipped around and we'll show you what the crack is. There we go, look at that there. Even got them on an angle. You'd think I knew what I was doing around here or something. It looks so much better. I did have them parked up in the car parking spaces, but I'll be honest with you, it just looked like people parked up for work. So we've got price boards in, not a lot of foot traffic around here, so price boards maybe it's not going to factor in too much. It's just more for aesthetics really. If somebody pulls up, sees them lined up like this, you know, it'll tickle their fancy. Yeah, what we'll do is we'll start the other end and we'll just talk through what's here and what's happening with them. So we've got this Peugeot 308 1.4 petrol, just shy of a hundred, stupid fucker, just shy of a, what's the mileage? 63. That's it. I should know this because I've had this thing long enough. It seems to be sticking. Do not know why. It looks an expensive car. Not going to lie to you. It's a nice little rig. Well specced up as well. What have we got? It'll be locked, I assume. Yeah. Automatic lights, wipers, aircon, Bluetooth, all the doodabs and whatnots that you want. Lovely colour, alloy wheels, in good condition. The 63,000 miles is what hurt it. Drives that price out. Recommended retail, memory serves me correctly, was about 3.2, I think it was. I basically got a £500 below auto trade recommended, which is where I kind of like to be. Yeah, I've had it MOT'd, new tyres, new brakes. It doesn't have a great deal of service history, which is unfortunate, but I have had it serviced. I've done all the bits for it: air filter, oil and filters, new spark plugs. It's had a new thermostat. It's had a rucker suspension parts, like track rod ends, drop links, ball joint, rear coil spring, things like that. So it's a canny car. I'm not going to lie to you. I drove to York in this, and yeah, it did canny. Good on fuel, even on the motorways. You know, it's got cruise control as well. So I just popped it to 70, pressed that old button, and it just floated along. Did everything that it needs to do. Yeah. This car, I have had it for a while. There is a story behind as to why, mainly down to my old partnership and things not getting done when they should have got done, and it just kind of got pushed back and ignored. That's probably most of the reason why it's stuck around for as long as it has. But it's now prepared, fully prepared. He says I had it MOT'd, and then I came out one day and they broke a back coil spring, but that got done straight away. The Astra, what featured in my last video, that's up for sale. Got a viewing on it tomorrow, so fingers crossed it goes. I did have a viewing booked yesterday for it, but they never turned up. Apparently some sort of family emergency, which You know, is generally the go-to excuse. Hopefully, it's not an excuse, but yeah, still got the door the way it is. I'll be honest with you, I'm quite happy to leave it like that. Mirror caps, I've done my best. I have priced it accordingly. I think this, I'll be honest with you, with the mileage that's on it, it's just gone over 86. It's got really good service history, 11 stamps. Uh, excuse me. It should be a lot more money. I think somebody commented saying it should be an 1895. Yeah, I have noticed as well. It's had a bit of paint work here, and it's not the best, but again, for the age and the mileage and the price point, quite acceptable. The main thing is, I always say to customers, it's right where it matters. It's perfectly acceptable condition for its age. You know, trust me when I say this. I have seen these a lot worse, a lot worse. These are the sort of cars now that are just kind of used and abused and binned. Which is a shame because they're good cars, cracking little driver. Yeah, hopefully it sells tomorrow. You know, if they point out the things, I'll explain to them. You know, it should be a little bit, it should be more money, but you know, we can maybe try and work something out. At the end of the day, I need to make a sale. Got bills to pay now, so yeah. Then this, not my usual cup of tea. Not gonna lie, I'm not a fan of VWs. There's very few VWs I actually like, or like VAG group stuff. Uh, Tiguan's being one of them. Mark 1 Fabia VRSs, VW Borers, maybe a Mark 1 Octavia with the 1.820 valve in, and a old like all three sort of age Seat Leon Cooper R. That maybe is the only ones I like. But this, very flashy for me, not gonna lie. I have used this a great deal over Christmas and things like that. And now are my days when I say I've got my money's worth out of this. I've probably done about 400 miles in this thing. Maybe it's more. So what is it? Because obviously one thing that people always point out is it's a Tiguan. Why is the bumper different? Well, this is a VW Tiguan Summit. Uh, very unusual spec, very rare spec, I might add. We'll have a look inside. Maybe it's a bit marmite on the interior, but these are heated leather seats, and these are in fantastic condition. Uh, I have tackled them with some saddle soap, uh, which has got them feeling nice and smooth, and it gives it a nice sort of old school leathery sort of smell as well, which I like. Main thing, DSG, it's a 2 litre diesel. This one has unfortunately kicked me in the plums when it comes to the prep. Caught me by surprise, not gonna lie to you. So what has this had done? It's obviously had fresh MOT and service. It's got new disc and pads all round. It has had its prop shaft reconditioned because it failed its MOT on that. 2 rear tyres, 2 rear anti-roll bar links, a rear shocker, and did I say 2 rear tyres? Did I? It's had a lot. Oh, engine management light has been sorted out on it as well. Had swirl flap issue. But yeah, absolutely kicked me in the nuts. I was hoping, because of driving it, that it was just going to be a engine management light to sort out, but it wasn't, unfortunately. Uh, Granted, a lot of them things were advisories. It failed with one tyre and advised the other, so I got them to change the pair. It advised the 2 rear anti-roll bar links. I thought, you're there, you know, bang them on for what they are. And there was a back shocker leak, and I don't want to sell it to somebody and then, you know, a month down the line, the shocker starts knocking because my warranties do only cover engine and gearbox. So if I get it prepped right, it should sell. That price there makes it, from when I last checked, the second cheapest Tiguan automatic in the country. Recommended retail on this is £3,300. Why? Mileage being one of them. 155,000. Believe me when I say it does not drive like it's got that sort of miles on. Uh, it drives absolutely lovely. Condition wise, eagle-eyed viewers would have noticed the wheels maybe could do with a refurb. Them wheels are something that do only, I think, come with the Summit as well. It's basically a Summit's just a Chelsea tractor off-roader, and it's got a dent in this door here, which I was going to get sorted. I'm not going to lie yet, I was going to get sorted, but then I had to get things like the prop shaft reconditioned because it failed on the centre bearing, and it was just one of them things. Main thing is safety. It's got to be right. If it's not going to pass an MOT, it's useless to me. It did have about 6 months on it, so I drove it. It drove fine. There's people out there that would have tried to get away with it, but it's got to be right. I don't sell cars with less than 6 month MOT on them, so got to go in. If it needs doing, it gets done. The person who comes to buy this, my profit is not their issue. That is my issue to deal with. So yeah, we've got to make sure it's right. And prop shaft is quite a common thing going on this because obviously it's a four-wheel drive. So that's just one less thing for somebody to worry about, you know. But I love it. I think it's great. Uh, and I've seen tons of them. I am not joking you, right? When I've been driving, it got to a point where I started keeping track. I think one day I saw 13 of these doing about driving from my home then to my mother-in-law's, which is about 14 mile. I saw about 11 of these, 11 to 13 of these. Unbelievable amount of them. And if you look on Auto Trade, especially in this area, they have a fortune. None in this area of this sort of price range. So I am hoping there will be a queue of people coming to see this. Because as I said, second cheapest automatic one in the country. It looks the part. If you're looking for a Tiguan, but you generally can't afford a Tiguan, this one will be right up your street. And it's even got Xenons with guide home lights and in the turn and do dabs and whatnots. And so yeah, fancy car, too fancy for me. I'm not gonna lie, maybe sweat a little bit, but we've got it done. And then back to what we do. No Mitsubishi Colt, love it. This one just got in, basically went through to Newcastle to pick it up, drove it here, parked it there, and that's all I've done with it so far because I've been busy getting other stuff done. Lovely car. This was actually a grade 4 in terms of condition. I think they've been a bit harsh with it, if I'm being honest with you. No bumper corner to do. I just noticed a little bit of trim sticking down, but that's nothing. Down the side again, tiny little dent there and a little scuff there. Small scratch there, which most of that should polish out. Around the back, the usual around the boot. Small dent here, and there was another scuff somewhere, a little scratch there. Looks like someone's dinged it with a pushchair or a shopping trolley or something like that. But yeah, good MOT on it. I paid for this £400 plus fees, which was £626, I want to say. Astronomical. But again, I was desperate for something like this. Small CC, cheap. This is what sells at the minute. So again, I'm hoping once this is ready, it has got half tank of petrol in. So I'm gonna use it these next few days over the weekend and that, be rude not to. Got to test them out anyway to make sure they're right. So yeah, I'm gonna use this. I was a bit nervous about this. Clean and green report, which was great. Condition report, completely acceptable. But whenever you see a car like this that goes through the auctions, good MOT on it, you've always got to think to yourself, why? why, what's wrong with it, is there a clutch issue, is there an overheating issue, something stupid like that. But it didn't have any of them. And actually, when I was looking through the correspondence, because it was part exchange at the main dealer, uh, there was a letter saying that they've been granted a mobility car. So that's basically why. I'm not too sure. I mean, it came through. I want to say Virtue. I think it was. Did it? No, it was Stratstone Vauxhall in Gateshead that it came through. I don't know. I don't think they normally take cars in. I didn't think they took cars in when they did mobility. Maybe they just said, "Oh, I need to get rid of my car. Will you give us a little bit for it?" And then maybe he's looked and gone, "Yeah, we'll give you scrap for it," because that's the way they work. And then they sent it to auction, made themselves enough money to fund the Christmas party next year. But yeah, really nice car. Drove it back, no issues. It needs to go in for the usual. It needs to go in for a service, get checked over, things like that. Nothing too drastic, but again, nothing too bad about it whatsoever, and it should hopefully fly out the door. In good condition inside, minus my junk. But a 1395 cannot see this being an issue. Surely not. 86,000 miles, good age, good condition. It's even got the remnants of a next base dash cam in it as well, front and rear. But they have, unfortunately, took the front one out. So that's a shame, because I'm gonna have to mess around trying to take that out as best I can. But you've got to do something to earn your wage, haven't you? Can I say it wasn't much in terms of prep? No, not really. It was actually MOT by a BMW main dealer for its last MOT, so they've advised tyres cracking, which I've had a look. I can't see anything wrong with them, but if my garage says they need replacing, we'll look into it. A track rod end and a brake flexi, which again, when it goes in for a service, I'll get them to check it out. I wasn't too sure whether there was a slight exhaust leak on it or not. It's very minor, but again, we'll get it in. We'll get it sorted. But look at it. Looking like a dealership. I like it. Uh, those who watched my last video walking around, I had a very black Astra that is in getting the paint done. Then we can get that in for a service and a PDI as well. All good. So yeah, all good. That is it. That is how it is working out so far. Productivity, main thing. Getting these cars prepped so I can get price boards in the window, get them up for sale, get them gone. Because one of the key things to car sales, especially at this sort of level, cash flow. Cash flow is the main thing. You cannot have stagnant cars just collecting dust and money just sat there doing nothing. It needs a constant cycle. That's why a lot of dealers do try and shift cars as much as they can. It's not too bad when you've got 30 plus cars and there's maybe one or two that are just not shifting. You can live with that because there's other stuff keeping that flow going, and that's the main thing. I have to apologise as well, because I was going to do a video on the Tiguan because the thing was rotten inside, but I just got too busy. I didn't get a chance to do it. It is what it is. I can only apologise. At the end of the day, I am a car dealer doing YouTube, not a YouTuber doing car dealer stuff. So unfortunately, that's going to take the front seat. Yeah, hopefully you do like this quick little video that I'm putting out. I have waffled on a little bit, so I do apologise for that. As usual, I will leave the link in the description down below for my Facebook page. Website should be here very soon, I do hope. And if you are interested in any of these cars, please feel free to drop me a message. You will find my contact details. You can WhatsApp me, you can text me, you can message me through Facebook Messenger. Send a pigeon if you like. Not a problem whatsoever. Yeah, thank you for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Helps me out immensely. And I will see you on the next one.